Hello everybody! Welcome back to Sunday Makeover. Now today I'm doing kind of an impressions video kind of thing. Now I got this this makeup palette for Christmas as a present and it's a lovely palette, so I thought I would just do an eye makeup look with it and see what it turns out as, and then tell you what I think about it afterwards and whether it's good to buy or not. This is the MakeMeUp TOO Nude eyeshadow palette. It contains 12 eyeshadows, one double blended eyeshadow applicator, which is really good. I'm not actually going to use that applicator today. I've got my own brushes right here that I'm going to use, and it's got some lovely colours in it. Some rose golds, some coppers, two colours that I really love. So I'm just going to go ahead and try and do an eye makeup look with it for you guys. So let's get started. So to start off with, I'm using this MAC brush. This is the MAC 239 brush, I believe. It's just a flat brush to pack all the eyeshadow on with. Now on this palette there are some nude shades right here. So I'm going to put one of these on as a base coat. So for the base shade I'm going to use this colour right here, just a pale colour, just to make the colours stand out when I put them on. So I'm just going to compact this all over my lids. Okay, there we go. You aren't going to be able to tell anything right now, but that colour, I can't really tell what it's like because it's a very similar shade to my skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and start using different colours, and then hopefully I will be able to give more of a review for you guys. So right now I'm going to start doing my outer shade. So I'm going to try and do a smoky eye kind of thing with this, possibly a little bit of a cut crease if the colours work. So for this I'm using this MAC brush. This is the MAC 217 blending brush. I love this brush. It's so fluffy and so easy to work with, and it just blends so nicely. So with this I'm going to take this brown shade right here, and I'm going to grab some on my brush, tap off the excess because I'm not sure how pigmented this is going to be, and I'm just going to blend it out. Now there are a lot of people out there which, when they do eyeshadow, they prefer to get a lot on and then just pack it on and blend it out. With me, I feel like if you take little amounts and then build it up, you get a much better look from it. Okay, so first impressions of the brown colour. It doesn't seem very pigmented. I feel like I had to keep on going back and forth, which is fine, but I would have expected it to, I don't know, build up a little bit more than it has. Now, you can see that there's brown there, but it's just not as noticeable as I would have hoped. So I'm gonna use that as my much lighter shade, and then I'm gonna go in with this brown colour here, which is slightly darker, and I'm just gonna go underneath that to try and darken it out a little bit more. Okay, so I've gone over it with a darker brown. Now, once again, kind of had to keep on going back and forth, but I do like the colour that it's given. It just took a while to get there, I suppose. So, it's okay. It just, if you have the time, then this is a great palette, but if you don't, then probably try something else. Now, I'm going to go in with a copper shade. Now this is really shimmery and looks like it would be very pigmented, so I'm gonna dip my brush in and find out. Actually, I'm gonna use this MAC brush. It's very small. I believe it's a lip brush, but I think that it's gonna work really well for the size of my eyelids. So I'm just gonna use this copper shade here. Lovely shade. Grab some on the brush. It's coming off onto the brush quite easily, which I think is very good. So I'm just gonna compact that on to the lid. Okay, let's try another brush because that didn't come out very well. Okay, so I've put the copper shade on, if you can see that. I'm not very impressed with this palette. I expected the copper shade to stand out more and have a lot of shimmer to it, and it just didn't really. It took a lot of digging away at the palette to get more, like, enough product on there to actually make it stand out and actually notice that there's a colour there. And because you need to get a lot of product onto the brush, when you then go to apply it, the product falls off and falls down your face. Now, that's not a huge problem to me because normally I do my eyeshadow before I do my foundation anyway, so I would just go over it with my normal foundation. However, it does leave it quite patchy as well. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit for you guys so you can see a bit better. Okay, so here's the finished look. Now it's quite patchy and I don't really like that. The copper's a lovely colour, however it just didn't come out how I wanted it to. So yeah, not very impressed.